It's hard for us to imagine, but to go back in the context of the 1940s, when everything around you told you, you're not one of us, you're not American, and because you're not American, because you're not white, you're supposed to remain in your neighborhoods, you can't go to our clubs, you can't go to our restaurants, you can't go to our movies, and on and on and on. And of course that's going to breed some sort of resentment.
To look upon his cultural background, upon his parents, upon his community in a negative way.
So you treat them and you teach them at the lowest common denominator of labor and how to use your hands. And you get them out into the fields and into jobs as quickly as possible. That was the Mexican experience in schools.
Most teachers approach the Mexican with a negative attitude and that you have nothing to give to me. I am going to make you an Anglo come hell or high water.
Urban protest was about to begin. Thousands of young brown people were about to be reborn as Chicanos and Chicanas in what were called the blowouts.
What little airway that I had because they had the baton, I said, as they dragged us, look at what they're doing to us. Look at what they're doing to us over and over again.
13 of the walkout organizers, including Sal Castro, were charged with conspiracy to disrupt the schools and faced decades in prison.
Sal, they called you a troublemaker, a rabble-rouser, and everything else. Are you that?
No, I don't think so. I'm a reformer in education.
What does that mean?
There are many changes that have to be made because at this point education is not relevant to kids in general and Mexicans in particular.
The change was inside of us.
Chicano students attending UCLA jumped from 40 to 1,250.
We've ended the tyranny of so-called diversity, equity, and inclusion policies, and our country will be woke no longer.
Asking to have college counselors that promoted us, asking for less corporal punishment, how is that breaking the law?
Some small advocacy groups defending their rights. I think that was one of the turning points where the Latino community as a whole felt threatened. And they knew that they had the power to do something about it.
I am still here. I have existed in the barrios of the city, in the suburbs of bigotry, in the mines of social snobbery, in the prisons of dejection, in the muck of exploitation, and in the fierce heat of racial hatred. And now the trumpet sounds.